Welcome to our new series showcasing the iconic homes of Iowa. Today we're going to take a tour of one of the most iconic homes. If you've driven by on 142nd and Douglas, most often referred to as the Spaceship House. This 26-acre property has been on the list of the most iconic for a long time. Built in 1993, the home itself is over 8,100 square feet, and the garage is an additional almost 7,000 feet. This gated property includes a pond, a bridge, and of course, a cupola at the top. There isn't a person who's driven by and not wondered what the inside of this home looks like. So now we're about to see. Come in. All right, LeMar, thank you so much for joining us today. So what we're doing is featuring the Metro's and Iowa's most iconic homes. So I don't think it's any surprise that your home falls at the very top of the list for iconic homes. So tell us a little bit about the vision of this house. So it was built in 1993, 30 years ago. And I'm just curious how you came to build this masterpiece.
I always said that if I was ever going to build a house, I want to build a round house up in the air. Because I like the view and so forth. And I thought, I don't want to be in a high rise or anything else. But anyway, to be perfectly honest with you, I didn't come up with the, all the stuff myself. I got to give the credit because I can never do it myself. The Lord just guided me in everything. And I had a vision and it just came to me out of nowhere, and I'd never seen anything else like it ever or around the country or anything else, but I just said, this is what I want to do. And I remember going to my architect or my engineer, and I was telling him what I wanted. And so he says, what you want what now? I told him again what I wanted, and he stopped. He says, okay, listen, check back with me and I'll show you something. Well, it took about 3 months before he finally got back to me. And then what he did, he came to me and he had this regular house on some posts sticking up in the air. And I go, what's that? And he goes, it's your house. I said, no. I said, listen, we need to chat here just a little longer. Somehow you didn't get the idea. I want a round house up in the air. And I tried to, about half an hour, I was explaining everything to him. And finally, he says, okay, I got it. And within about a month and a half, he came back and he says, okay, LeMar, stop over, I got something for you. So he not only had what I wanted here, but he had a little model made up of it. I got it in the other room. And a little model made up of it. I said, yep, that's it. And so he says, okay. And so what happened was I got with another engineer that was going to help me design it. And he got halfway through it, and because I was going back and forth to his office telling him what I wanted, and all of a sudden I came in there and he says, LeMar, I said, what? He says, you won't like this, but I can't do any more on it. I said, I can't do any more? He says, yeah. He says, I'm switching companies and the money you paid me is just gone. I go, it's gone? I said, okay, fine. I said, listen. And so he says, you can come over to my other office. I said, no, I never throw money after bad money, after good money. I'll never do that. So I said, you know what, I'll just handle it myself. I had a very good guy by the name of Bill Smith. He knew about structural engineering and so forth, and he had sent me to a guy named Katzman in Des Moines area, and because he made it that the thing would really be strong. When it got done, it wouldn't go anywhere. So he designed that for me, and then Bill Smith, he's not with us anymore, but he just had everything going on, and then it got to be to the inside, just all the different things of how I wanted this, that, and the other thing. And because I didn't have the architect anymore, I just said, fine, I'll just do this myself. So I said, you know what, I can probably say, figure out more what to do than what another person could, because he didn't have the vision I had, Okay, so what happened was that I just simply, I tried to get some bids into place for building it, and everybody came to me and said, well, no, we just don't have any idea how to bid it. We'd have to do time and material. And I said, well, to be honest with you, I won't go that direction, because I said, that's too open. I said, I'll tell you what. I said, I'll just get some people, they're called moonlanders, I call them, and from different companies, and I'd have them meet me here in the mornings, and especially this, I had one guy that was fantastic. He was a carpenter, and every morning I'd meet with him here, and before I went, I had 7 Flags at the time, before I went there to work, and I'd tell him what I wanted. Like, well, here's how I want the front of the elevator to look, the entrance to that. Well, here's how I want the fireplace. I want the 3 different boards and basically the way that looks there. And then the columns going up, I said, just put a smaller piece, as big, and then just keep going up on all 4 sides of the thing. And it made it, when he got done, it made it round. So I just, every morning was telling him what I wanted. And so that's what happened. And so, in fact, I had a guy that was doing drywalling, and he started with the downstairs in the garage and so forth. And one morning I walked in, and I said, he had his hands up like this. I said, what's the matter? He says, LeMar? I said, yeah. He says, listen, I'll give you all the material and labor I've done so far if you'll just let me out of the contract. I said, what do you mean? He says, LeMar, this is going to be a lot more than I ever thought it was going to be. I said, really? So I said, listen, no, tell me what you want. I'll pay that off, and fine, you can go. I don't want to hold you, if you don't want to do it, I certainly don't want you to do the job because you won't have the attitude for what I want, Yeah. So what I had to do then is that every last thing I did, I just had people show up and do it. And so, yeah, I was coming back and forth quite a bit, telling people what I wanted. Yeah. And my architect at the time told me, he says, I said, how long is it going to take me to build this? He said, it'll take 3 years. I said, no, it won't. It won't take 3 years. No, I'll get it done a lot faster. It'll take 3 years. Well, it took 3 years. So I took it 3 years, and then wouldn't you know, lo and behold, and basically I got everything done, and I said, you know what? I'm taking off and going to Hawaii on a little vacation. Yeah. And guess what? It was in the middle of winter, and I took off, and all of a sudden I get a phone call. They said, LeMar. I said, what? You got to come home. I just had gotten there. And I said, what? They said, LeMar, there's water coming off your balcony, coming down, and there's icicles about 4 foot wide. It's unbelievable. And I said, so what happened was when they did the shower, they had a screw that when they were putting the drywall in, it went through one of my water lines, and it just flooded the whole place.
Oh my God.
So guess what? I had to start over again because it was quite a bit of damage. So I said, fine, no problem. I can do this again, I guess. Mm-hmm. So that's the way it was, and so I got that all fixed up, and finally it was all finished.
What is your favorite aspect of this house?
The favorite aspect of the house? Well, it's because it's up in the air. I like a view. I hate to be down. You're looking out the window and you're seeing neighbors the houses and things going. I'd like to be up away. I like just, like my balcony goes all the way around the house, and we stepped it off one day and measured it, and it's like 17 times around for a mile. Mm-hmm. And so that's just, I don't know, just things that I like a view.
And you've hosted many events here at this home.
Yeah, I had different boxers here, and Muhammad Ali, and different ones, and just different ones, and a lot of different political people. I had Elizabeth Dole, when she was running for office, and Bob Dole, and I've always taken pictures with them, and it was, whoever it was, and so it's been fun.
I think one question that a lot of people have when they drive by is they want to know if the walls are round inside. There are a lot of round walls.
They're all round, and people ask me the question. They said, LeMar, how many square feet do you have in your house? I said, none. Oh. They're all round feet. Oh. There's no square feet at all.
Is there anything else you want to let people know about the house or the process?
Well, the floors have all radiant heat in, so basically there's no, except for the air conditioning, there's hardly gets any dust any place because there's no air movement to push the dust around. Okay. So it's very easy to keep clean. The radiant heat, it's nice. The floors heat up in the wintertime. It's been really a fun thing, and it's just, I don't know why. I love coming home.
And that's amazing. After 30 years, you can still say that.
It's unreal. I've just never got, what am I going to get tired of? I don't know, but, I just like everything about it, and I think I did everything the way I wanted to, and so No, there's never been in my mind. I said, wow, I wish I'd have changed or done this. It's never happened. So I'm just real fortunate and really blessed. That's all I can say. Because again, it wasn't my idea. I can't take credit for it. It's just, it's his idea, and I just, he guided me. So that's basically the whole thing in a nutshell.